Toys are often seen as symbols of innocence, joy, and comfort. But what happens when these objects turn sinister? What if that favorite doll sitting in the corner isn't just a toy, but a vessel for something much darker? The fear of haunted toys has haunted humanity for centuries, from ancient curses to modern legends. Today we'll take you on a journey through the eerie history of possessed dolls, cursed games, and the spine-chilling stories that blur the line between folklore and reality. By the end of this video, you'll understand why these playthings inspire both fear and fascination. The idea of haunted toys isn't a modern invention, it's ancient. Thousands of years ago, civilizations around the world believed that dolls and toys had spiritual significance. In ancient Egypt, for example, dolls were more than just playthings. They were often buried alongside the dead, believed to act as guides for the soul in the afterlife. Some dolls were even used in rituals to protect the living from evil spirits or to place curses on their enemies. The eerie craftsmanship of these figures, carved from wood or stone, often made them look unsettling by today's standards. In ancient Greece and Rome, dolls were also tied to mystical practices. Poppets, small figures made of wax or clay, were used in both protective magic and dark rituals. These objects were thought to channel spiritual energy, whether for good or ill. What started as sacred or ritualistic objects slowly began to evolve into stories of fear. As these beliefs spread through different cultures, the idea of dolls as vessels for spirits became deeply ingrained in human folklore. As time went on, haunted dolls became the centerpiece of chilling folklore and terrifying real-life accounts. Few are as infamous as Robert the Doll. This sailor-suited figure, gifted to a boy named Robert Eugene Otto in the early 1900s, quickly became a source of terror. Eugene would talk to the doll, and witnesses claimed they could hear another voice responding back. Eugene's parents dismissed it as a child's imagination, until they began hearing footsteps and laughter coming from the doll's room late at night. After Eugene's death, Robert was moved to the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida. Even behind glass, Robert's legend endures. Visitors often report strange occurrences after disrespecting him, from accidents to illnesses, leading many to believe Robert holds a powerful curse. And then there's Annabelle. Unlike Robert, Annabelle doesn't look menacing at first glance. She's just a Raggedy Ann doll. But according to the Warrens, famous paranormal investigators, Annabelle is one of the most dangerous objects they've ever encountered. In the 1970s, Annabelle was given to a young nurse who quickly realized the doll wasn't ordinary. She and her roommate found handwritten notes and witnessed objects moving inexplicably. After a series of terrifying events, the Warrens concluded that Annabelle was possessed by a demonic entity. Today, the doll is locked inside a glass case with a warning sign, positively, do not open. Annabelle's story has inspired movies, but the real-life encounters are perhaps even scarier. And while Robert and Annabelle may be the most famous, they're far from the only haunted dolls. In Canada, there's Mandy, a porcelain doll said to cry real tears and move on her own. And in Japan, there's Okiku, a doll enshrined in a temple whose hair grows inexplicably, despite being trimmed regularly. Each of these dolls carries stories of misfortune and terror that leave even the most skeptical wondering if something truly supernatural is at work. But haunted objects aren't limited to dolls. Games and toys have also played a role in some of the most chilling tales of the supernatural. Perhaps the most famous example is the Ouija board. First marketed in the late 19th century as a harmless parlor game, it quickly became associated with horror. Many believe the Ouija board acts as a portal to the spirit world, inviting both benevolent and malevolent entities into our realm. Countless stories tell of users experiencing unexplained phenomena after a session, doors slamming, lights flickering, or even feeling an unseen presence in the room. In the 1980s, another chilling story emerged, this time about a video game. The legend of Polybius tells of an arcade machine that supposedly caused players to suffer hallucinations, seizures, and even death. While the existence of Polybius remains a mystery, the legend persists, blending urban myth with technological fear. It's a reminder that even modern toys and games aren't immune to superstition. And then there are the ritual games, Bloody Mary, the Midnight Game, and countless others. These challenges often dare participants to summon spirits or confront their fears. Whether they're harmless fun or truly dangerous, they continue to fuel our fascination with the unknown. Why do haunted toys and games captivate us so much? Psychologists believe it's because these objects mix the familiar with the uncanny. Toys, designed to comfort us, take on a sinister edge when they behave in ways they shouldn't. This fear taps into something primal, the fear of the unknown. At the same time, cultural beliefs and folklore give these objects power, turning ordinary items into vessels for our deepest fears. Whether or not these stories are true, they remind us of the thin line between innocence and terror. From ancient dolls used in rituals to modern tales of cursed games, haunted toys continue to leave us both terrified and curious. Do you believe these stories, or do you think they're just products of our imagination? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more spine-chilling tales. Until next time, this is the Tales Keepers. Stay curious and stay brave.